My kids did a great Chinese restaurant there
In
in
Lincoln?
Lincoln.
Yeah, first stop.
Maybe that's
There's
it.
a couple.
Instead, you
There's
got
a couple
like a
candies.
waiting list of forever. You have to like call in advance, make sure you get reservations. Because you'll wait for it.
But this will work.
Oh, there's lots of spaghetti here,
My goodness.
and lots of salad.
Well, this is just first here.
This is not mine.
That's cheap. I'll make yourself
I'll be
home.
back, I'll just be a couple minutes.
First person who says anything about a spicy meatball is stuck in the 70s award. Was that a toast? Yes, but I'm old.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Say something eloquent, you're a preacher.
Oh, there, you're on camera.
Are we ready? This is a toast from the oldest.
Say something eloquent.
You can take notes here.
May 45 happy years be extended to another 45. Or correct me, put near 90 years old. To Mom and Dad.
Mom and Dad.
Mom, Dad.
Thank you.
Pretty good at that for never having done it.
That night at Ted's, you asked me to go to a movie last night. We went to the show. Russ and Garney and Dad and I.
And Fido.
And Fido. Fido. Dad
What's
had
a
this
Fido?
imaginary little dog. It was so funny. You know, kept going, come on, Fido, come on, Fido. And it was so funny the way he did it. We just had it. Is anybody besides me having a hard time picturing this?
What was the movie?
I don't remember. It was something funny. It was something funny.
You think
It had to be to
things
have
were
Fido go
really
along
getting
with.
good. Now Mom can't remember the memory. Really, I mean.
We had people behind us that were in stitches too, because I was doing the final thing in the theater. They didn't mind it, they seemed to go along with it.
Yeah.
But that's why nobody remembers the movie.
And then the next night, I had a date with another guy, and
really?
we go roller skating at a different roller rink. And Dad calls right after this other guy called, and I said, "Well, I'm going up to Crown roller skating with this kid's name was Smokey, and
Who?
Smokey Alford was this kid's name."
Oh,
And-
Zippy.
There's a
Smokey and
for you.
Wayne. Oh gosh, thank goodness.
Anyway, I'm roller skating around, and here I look in the chair sitting over there is.
Was he looking all forlorn?
Yes.
He was full of the stage.
I went over and sat with them and talked. Well, he said, "Well, you ready to go?" And I went home with them. I gotta tell Smokey we're leaving.
Oh
I never heard from Smokey again.
Hit the road.
Hey, 3 cheers for Mom.
Yeah.
Go, Mom.
Dad turned the boy. You've been smoked.
But Saturday night, I did have a date with another guy.
Man.
Another friend?
I had a lot of friends. I did. I was really having a good time at that time in my life.
Yeah, right.
I was just 20 years old and I was having a ball. But this
Good.
boy had come down from Chicago. He was a real nice friend, and he was in the Navy also. But then Dad asked me if I wanted to go bowling Sunday, and we went bowling. And Don and Martha came over, and then you left. You left the next day. That was the last night. You left the next day. But you asked me if I'm right, and I said yeah.
Left for where?
For back to Norfolk. he had to go back to Norfolk.
Okay,
Man.
continue the story, doesn't end here.
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
So then you were riding
Okay.
then?
Then we rode back and forth.
On
We
the
did a
telephone.
long distance.
On the telephone.
Dad,
See,
we
I'm
talk on
on.
the phone now to me.
Go ahead.
Talk long hours.
She'd call me, because she was an operator at the telephone company, and she could
Oh.
override the long distance charge somehow. So we would talk,
Right.
we
Yeah.
we talked for an hour on the phone.
That had to
She
have been
got
unheard
it.
of back then. Long distance like that?
Yeah.
I mean, the race
Yeah.
were
Races
bad.
were bad.
Where'd you get the free time?
I was at, well, she'd call me at the squadron building in the evening. We had a phone there.
Oh, okay, and then you were out, do that.
Oh,
you were-
that's great.
okay.
Wow. Oh, I need to back up for a minute. Okay, when he picked you up from the roller rink, now, did Russ and Dad have to go in? Because, or you know, you're all just meeting to go, you know, to the roller rink. It wasn't really like a date. Did you have to go to the house and like meet Grandpa?
Not that night.
That
no.
not okay, not that night.
Oh, and there's another part of the story.
Oh, boy.
That was the years when, you know, we were involved with the racing thing, and of course everybody was wearing these engineer boots. You know what an engineer boot is? And, huh?
You
Well,
used to
they,
have 'em.
yeah,
Is
they,
that Goose Grandpa Tilla didn't like?
I remember this part. I
and,
remember
and
hearing
of course, I guess there was a guy from the Texas or something that had called on you once or something, and your dad didn't like him at all.
No.
And then when he saw my boots, he says, "Not another Texan."
Well then, in February, Don and Martha called me on Tuesday night, the 2nd, and said, we're going out to the folks, Hendrick's folks, do you want to go along? And
Now, you had just met Don and Martha once. Or did you, like, kind of keep in touch
no,
with
we
them?
didn't, I didn't, they called me and said they were going out
Just
to
kind
the
of out of the
folks.
blue?
Yeah, out of the blue.
Okay.
And I want to go along. And I said, well, sure, I'll go along with you. We got to the house out in New Liberty, and there was this red 48 Ford parked right in front of the barn, the big barn there. And I said, well, that looks just like Bob's car. And Martha says, oh no, she says, they get so many cars out here. She says, there's so many. She says, that's somebody else. We walked in the house, and they're standing in Grandma and Grandpa's bedroom there, and they were all talking to me, and I'm facing the back door there, and all of a sudden, I feel these hands over my eyes, and I thought it was Russ. I thought Russ. I said, Russ. You know, and he says, not me. I'm in the living room. I turned around, and there was Dad. He had gotten leave. He'd been transferred from the Naval Air Station to the USS Iowa, and he came home.
And
on
the
leave.
Iowa wasn't in, see?
Yeah.
And I was supposed to wait like a week or 2 weeks, something like that, for the Iowa to come back. And so I went and started talking to people. I said, well, can't I get some leave? And instead of sitting around here, can I go home? And they did. They gave me some leave. They gave me 2 weeks of leave and go home. Or 3 weeks. Maybe I had 3 weeks. I don't know. What did I have, 2 or 3 weeks?
From the 2nd to the 18th.
Yeah, about 3 weeks. So I got that whole
By
deal.
this time, those guardian angels were like putting in their overtime slip.
And so that old Ford never stopped until when I left, I drove straight through.
Now,
From
so
Norfolk
Don and
to
Martha did not call. Did
New
you
Liberty?
tell Don and Martha to call Mom? I knew it. Okay, go ahead.
But what blows my mind is that here, you know, supposedly Don and Martha call out of the blue, and they take you all the way out to New Liberty. I mean, you've never been out that way before, ever?
Yes, I had
Oh,
been
really?
one time. I'd gone out with Dad the last night that he was home before his last leave.
Uh-huh.
We went out there and just watched television and
Huh.
stuff like that. So I've been out there one time before.
It just seems like that would be kind of
Suspicious?
well, just kind of a big thing, you know, not just going on the other side of town. I mean, you know, even back then, Davenport wasn't as big, you know.
Remember being college age? We have college kids, they do that in a second. When
Oh,
you're
yeah.
young.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, they go anywhere somebody invited them.
Well, then
They
check
do
this out
with
now. Okay.
Jonathan.
What?
They do that, don't they, Jonathan?
So,
Every once in a while, yeah.
Okay, so then you saw it was Dad.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Oh, so then he had some left for like, what, 24 hours?
Oh, I go right straight through.
And Grandma hentrich said, well, and Dad said, you know, we should get, he's getting ready to get his coat on and take me home. And Grandma hentrich said, well, she can go home with Donna and Martha. And Dad said, nope, she can go home. And we got home.
Are you kind of getting swept off your feet by this point? I mean, really, this
Are
is
you?
really romantic. Okay.
And he proposed that night.
Wow.
And I said, whoa, okay.
Well, first she said, tell him my last one.
I don't.
Where she is. You remember? I said, I asked you to marry me, and you said, well, okay, but if it don't work, we can get a divorce.
No, that was another night.
Oh, that was another
That
night?
was another night we were talking.
Okay,
Another night
this
we
was
were
before,
talking.
okay.
And I was feeling him out, seeing how his values were. Because remember, we didn't know each other
And I
very
said,
well.
if we get married, there will never, never be a divorce, period.
That's exactly what I wanted to hear.
There was no way that was gonna happen.
Wow.
So Dad wanted to get married right away then, but I wanted the big wedding.
Yeah.
And so we kind of put it off. And then we got to talking one night, and anyway, it turned out that we were going to go off and get married secretly.
And
then
not
when
tell
Dad-
anybody,
Yeah.
Right.
and then later on, we was gonna have the regular, and not tell anybody, you know,
We
make
were going to have a big wedding when he came home, got out of the Navy.
One little problem with that happened, didn't it?
That, we didn't know about that though. We didn't know about that until the ship came in Dad was on the ship already. And then all of a sudden, they canceled this trip that the ship was going to go on to Japan. And Dad says, get yourself out of here.
Yeah.
You're going to be in Norfolk, yeah.
Yeah, and then I was getting ready, you know, and I'm feeling kind of
Now, neither of your parents knew, though, that you were going to get married, right?
Well,
They
but
Grandma and Grandpa Hentrich found out. They had a highway patrolman friend who passed us on the highway when we were going to Cedar Rapids, and he spilled beans.
And he what? He radioed back or something?
no, he just stopped in at the folks and said he saw us up there. And so they put two and two together. You know.
Oh, okay,
Okay.
okay. The cop didn't necessarily know, but your parents figured it
Okay,
out.
okay.
And of course, we had a lady with us who was our witness. Got married by a judge up there in Cedar Rapids.
Why do you have to go to Cedar Rapids for Justice of the Peace?
Well, we just did. We just did.
We could have gone to Davenport. We could have gone to Davenport,
But
but
we
we
had
didn't want
to
it
go-
in the Davenport newspaper.
We had to go to Iowa City
Oh.
first.
They were good.
And the
Take it
next
down
biggest
the
town is Cedar Rapids. From New Liberty, the next biggest town is Cedar Rapids because the Cedar County, otherwise they would have had the Cedar County Courthouse in Tipton. And that, I don't think it was very big. And I don't know, I sued somebody in the Cedar Rapids County, in the Glenn County Courthouse. It's a pretty good sized building, you know, and they do all that stuff there. I don't know what they do in the Cedar County Courthouse.
So, do you recall your parents' reactions?
Oh, they didn't have a problem with it. No, they.
What? Neither of them? Neither side?
Well,
My parents were irritated.
yeah.
My parents were very.
Well, I heard about Grandma and Grandpa, but Grandma and Grandpa Hentrich, they were just kind of.
Yeah, matter of fact, I think they knew what was going on, and they knew what had happened, and they invited some friends around, and we had a little get together for us that evening, and that, and what was it that evening? Oh, sorry.
All the farmers, all the neighbor farmers.
Grandpa Chilla never got you aside to give you any words of wisdom or anything like that?
What was that
Oh, it
song?
wasn't that any good anyway.
Marie Chevalier's song, oh yes, I remember it well. That was it. Okay.
I'm
When
thinking
it comes to
about
all those little things like that, she's got it locked here. It's
Yeah.
locked.
Well, those are the romantic details, you know.
That would
No.
make a great movie.
Oh,
Well,
wow.
then after
You
Cedar
cast,
Rapids,
you
you
know,
go back to
Julia
Norfolk?
Roberts and Mel
What?
Gibson. and-
After Cedar Rapids, did you go back to Norfolk or?
Well, not right away.
He was there for another 9 days.
Okay.
Yeah,
We got married on the 9th, and he didn't have to leave until the 18th.
Okay, then you took off on the Iowa.
Well, but that was tough.
It was.
Man, yeah.
But see, the Iowa didn't go, see?
But nevertheless.
And then he called her and said, come to Virginia,
Well,
at which point
well-
she had to tell Grandma and Grandpa Chilla, plus then there was,
Bob, yeah.
Well, but hang on for a moment. I mean, you know, at that time when Dad had to leave, I mean, he was going to Japan. That's
Yeah.
all you knew.
yeah.
And gosh, I mean,
Yeah.
let's not gloss over that for a moment. I mean, that really must have been rough.
Yeah, it was.
I'll bet. I can only
That was a heck
imagine.
of a selling point.
And you didn't know people down there, did you?
Where, in Norfolk?
Yeah.
No, not a soul.
Well, and that,
Not a soul.
You got to know people, I mean, I'm sure.
Well, I was
somehow.
trying to get somebody to come out with Mom, you know, to drive the car out. And it ended up nobody could get away and nobody wanted to come along with her to help her out. So she drove the whole thing by herself.
and we've heard that. Well, can I back up just a little bit more? So, do you recall? I mean, how long was it before you gotten word that, you know, Dad called and said, "Well, we're not going, so come to Norfolk." How long of a time period did you stay at home? Do you recall, you know, what you did? Just kind of.
Well, that was
Well, I had to get, you know, we had to find out what I needed to take. I had to get the car, I had to make arrangements.
Well, before you found out.
How long
That you were
was it
going to
between the time
Norfolk.
Dad left and you found out he was going to Japan?
Yeah.
Not long.
Oh, really?
Not long. As soon as the Iowa came into port, Dad went on the ship, and it was a couple days later he called and said, you know, so it was just
Do you recall, you know, getting that phone call? Did you feel, were you happy about that?
Yeah,
Words?
yeah, I was happy that he wasn't going to go to Japan. You know,
Right.
the ship wasn't going to go to Japan. But then, you know, then he wanted me to come out there. What was I, you know, how was I going to get out
20 years old
to,
and go.
yeah,
Just
how was I going to get out to
go.
Norfolk? And nobody, there was nobody. Grandma hentrich thought that she might be able to drive out, but she was working, she couldn't go. I had a girlfriend who wanted to go, but then she would have to get her way back, and it was just, you know, it was just a mess. Finally, I just said, because, you know, and plus, then we had to make arrangements for me to get transferred from the National Telephone Company to the Norfolk Telephone. I knew I had to work.
Yeah.
That was what took about the longest.
But you got that accomplished, huh?
Yeah, I had a
Call trying to get her down.
chief operator who was really, really nice, and she happened to be a friend of my parents. Mrs. Crossan, Marie Crossan.
It just occurred to me that Carl might be trying to get married now, so maybe we keep the outburst.
No.
No?
I don't
I
know.
went-
Carl has not had supper.
I know.
Well, I knew that Mom
There's-
was going to be coming out, you know.
Yeah.
And so then I had to find an apartment for us.
Yeah.
I'd be living off the base. And so I looked in the paper, and then there was, I saw this ad in the paper for apartments. And
It had to be
so,
furnished, because we didn't have it.
yeah.
Well, they didn't have military housing for couples, families,
Wow.
just barracks for the singles.
I need you to scooch.
Yeah, if you were married, you had to live off base.
Okay.
Sit back.
Okay, so anyway, you're looking for this,
So anyway, I go up and I'm shopping around, and I knock on this door of this older couple. Her name was Pritchard. And of course, we had some very interesting times there. And they had a little upstairs apartment. It was furnished, you know, had a refrigerator, stove, and a bedroom and that. And
Shared the bath with Mrs. Pritchard.
oh, go ahead.
oh yeah, we didn't have
We
it
had to
downstairs.
share the upstairs bath with
That's right.
Mrs.
Then we had
Pritchard.
one
Is
there.
there more juice downstairs?
More, lots of juice. Help yourself. Take a couple of them home too. So anyway, I said, do you have this apartment? Do you have an apartment for rent? I said, my wife is coming out to be with me, you know, and shortly, and she says, yeah. She said, but she says, are you in the Navy? And I said, yeah, I am. She said, but I don't normally rent to sailors. And I said, well, now wait a minute. I said, you know, I'm not gonna tear up your place, or what, I don't know what I tell. I said my wife is gonna have a baby, you know, and I guess I knew by that time you were pregnant. And so, anyway, finally she said, well, okay. So she,
It wasn't an asset for you to be in the Navy? I thought you had your uniform on and all that.
I didn't have my uniform on. I was in civvies, and then when she asked me if I was in the Navy, and I said, yes, I am. And she said, well, she didn't normally read the sailors. And then,
I could imagine that would be a.
And in Norfolk, that was a big thing. I mean, sailors were really. I mean, people just were down on sailors.
Yeah.
But then they brought it on themselves, because a lot of times the sailors went out
Yeah.
and just tore up places and
They usually have signs on the lawn,
Yeah.
sailors and dogs keep off of the yard
right,
in Norfolk.
Wow.
Yeah.
right.
I bet it ain't much better today.
So anyway, she said they finally relented.
Oh yeah. So Mom came out and we stayed there until, well, you were. It got to the point.
We just needed more room.
We needed
the
more room.
rooms were tiny, and sharing a bath with Mrs. Pritchard was not fun.
She what?
Sharing a bathroom with Mrs. Pritchard
Yeah.
was not fun.
Really? What were they like?
Oh.
What was the place like?
She was a boss.
Really?
She ran the roost, and he was the nicest old guy. And we get the biggest kick out of him. She always called him by her last name. Pritchard! Pritchard, come here!
Tell them about the.
So anyway, I drank a little bit, you know, and so I had a few beers and put the beer cans in the garbage can outside, you know. And so one day she went out there to put garbage in there, and she said, "Pritchard, come here! There's beer cans in here."
But then we just didn't have
What was
any
the
room.
place like, Mom?
Oh, it was nice.
It was a nice home.
Yeah.
It would remind you of, in some ways, of the house in New Liberty.
Yeah.
Because there were 3 bedrooms upstairs, and a bathroom. They were all small, and they kind of had the slanted roofs on them. And so, girl, put that in the micro and warm that up a little bit. But it was very clean. It was very clean. It was also very small.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So where'd you go from there?
Well, we got a little.
sorry.
Rented a half a house
Another one.
with another young couple.
There was a girl at the telephone company. I told her that we were, her name was Shirley. I don't remember their last name. But she was telling me that this other couple that was also in the Navy was leaving, and they were that half the house would be for rent. And so we went over to these people's house, and they rented the house. They rented half the house. But then we had a living room too. We had a bedroom, a kitchen, a living room, and we still had to share a bath. We had to share the bath with this other couple.
Can you help Bob serve up the dessert since I'm holding the baby?
So that's our story.
Is there any coffee over there?
Oh, I love that story.
Carl, push the coffee button, would you?
Oh, it does, but I just want to see, what's kind of interesting about Mom and Dad's
There's a
story. Never mind.
Go ahead. Wait.
What? The thing that's kind of interesting about Mom and Dad's story is Carl and I did the exact same thing.
That's true, you guys met at a roller skating.
Carl and I met at a roller skating rink on a Sunday night. I went with my cousins on my dad's side. Mom went with Dad's cousins. I went with my cousins on Dad's side. We met on a Sunday. We dated for a week and a half, 2 weeks. Carl had to go back to South Dakota. I had to stay in Cedar Rapids. And we dated, and we wrote and called from September to January. He came back to work at Rockwell, and he was back maybe 2-3 weeks, and he proposed.
I don't know.
Is it that amazing?
But you guys you waited till September then.
We waited till, we had May. We waited till May then.
Oh, May.
Right. Now, was it May?
Are you finished or are you gonna?
In my mind, you know,
There's a,
Mary's cup, she dropped it.
there's a couple that have just come back to the county church. They were there at one time and come back now. Real nice couple. Used to be an elder there. And I called them on Monday night, just talking to them about, you know, when they come back, if they always lived in the area. They said, no, they actually used to live in Ames. Her father and mother, and then his mother, of all worked at Iowa State University in one way or another, some kind of way.
What are they
And I said, well, you'll never guess where I grew up in Ames. And they go, we know. Hamel Court. I said, yeah. And they were talking about that for a while. I guess they're kind of made into kind of like almost like a museum type of an area. It's not inhabited, but it's still there. You're able to actually.
How's that make you feel, Mom?
Like 83, they said. And it was always intended to just be temporary housing.
Temporary housing in the second, after the Second World War.
Right.
Really?
Really?
Hamel Court was still there in 1988 when I graduated,
Yeah.
but now it's gone.
Oh, it is gone.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
all gone. It's all been torn out recently, and I'm not sure what they put out there now.
But that was something. There's a lot of stories.
It's all gone.
Hamel Court, aren't there?
Oh, yeah.
When did you guys finally move there?
Well, when Dad got out of the Navy in February of '55, and we went back to the Quad Cities
Yeah.
with you.
Okay.
And then Dad didn't know what he was going to do. You know, he didn't know what he, but I knew what his grades were. So I encouraged him to go to my high school counselor, who was a really wonderful lady. I just really loved her. And she encouraged Dad then too. She gave him some tests. And just trying to do her well. And she gave him some tests. And she said, you got to go to Iowa State.
Yeah.
So in the fall, Dad worked that summer. And then in the fall, we left, and there was no housing, because all the housing was already spoken for. So we moved to Boone, Iowa.
Yeah.
Boone, Iowa, from September until November. That's when the school semester was on a semester basis at that time. Quarters. It was on quarters at that time. So then on your birthday, you're in the playpen in we got an assignment for 1036A. And on your first birthday, you were in the playpen and we were painting walls, getting ready to move in.
Oh, man.
So in Ames, yeah. So then Dad started his freshman year there, and when he first started school, he didn't know anybody around there. He would take a lunch, a sack lunch,
Yeah.
and eat it in the car. Well, then about October and November, it started to get cold. And he's sitting in the car, you know, kind of not wanting to run the car because it takes too much money for gas. And a friend, a guy in another class, who'd been in one of his classmates, came by and said, hey, come on over to our house. We live in Hamel Court. And that's how we met these friends of ours, Eldon and Barb Strex. And you got to be real friends with their two little boys.
Okay.
Strex, and that's how. Oh my goodness.
Well, I remember about Hamel Court was, you're learning to ride the bike and watching TV shows there, like Zorro and the Lone Ranger and others. Davy Crockett, I think, maybe, on that black and white TV. Huh? Johnny Yuma. I can still sing the song.
Sing.
Johnny Yuma. Well,
Elvis Presley.
Huh?
Elvis Presley.
I don't remember Elvis at all.
Elvis was on the TV during those years. That's when he first started to get into prominence. In those years.
Is that right?
Yeah, when we were in Hamel Court. Grandma and Grandpa Hentrich, when we got back from we got back from the Navy, they gave us a wedding present, which was a beautiful television set. Black and white TV on the
That's the
table.
one that we watched.
That's the the one we
And
How
want.
about that?
And Uncle Don sold us a refrigerator, the one that's downstairs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who did?
Uncle Don.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't.
Okay, who did that?
We bought that from the people up on the corner.
That's cool.
No fighting. It's your anniversary. No fighting.
Whatever. All of our furniture was used. The
Oh,
only
well,
brand new
yeah.
piece of furniture we had was given to us, and that was Bob's crib. Crib. That
Well,
was
and
the
you're a
only
record
thing
player.
Honey.
we didn't get that. Okay,
Oh, that's right.
You
You didn't get
remember
that
that.
until you graduated. By the way, when I was working last night and trying to figure out if I could send a WAV file through the email,
Yeah.
I just kind of looked through my CDs real quick to see, what I might use. And so I've got 2 Disney collection CDs. Songs from their movies. And while I was working, I just let the CD roll, and toward the end is the theme to Zorro. And I didn't even realize it, and it came on. So I've got the theme to Zorro on CD for you sometime.
Mary's feeling better now.
Somebody needs
The Tylenol's kicked in.
buy food for everyone else.
Here's some pie or some cake. Which kind do you like? You like
I thought it tastes like.
Would Mary like size?
Yeah, in a little bit, when Carl has had a chance to finish his dinner, I'll hold Mary and we can just get some extra cake to Carl and we'll feed her out in his plate if that's okay.
You want to sit down here with the high chair?
She's, until she starts screaming, I'm not changing what I'm doing.
Okay, so now in 1955,
Are you?
three hours later. Okay, now
You're in Camel Corps.
1971.
Yeah, going to the Iowa State University. You were working at that.
I didn't start working there till after Kathy was born in 1957.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Did you stay home all the time?
Yeah, 2 years.
Here we were.
Years break and yes.
That's what I thought.
I don't know how
What?
we
Did you like that?
did. Did I like it? No,
Yeah.
I didn't. No, I don't like it. We ate a lot of hamburgers, a lot of hot dogs, but we just kept looking. We just kept looking to the future, knowing
Right,
that
right.
eventually this was gonna
Yeah.
be worth it.
Right.
And we were,
I don't
you
know.
kind of know that we're kind of stubborn.
Uh-huh.
And so
I
we're
think I'll
gonna
pass.
let-
Thank you.
Because Grandma and Grandpa Hentrich, Grandpa Chella,
There's an opening. in
there
the
were other
wall,
people
then you
that
have to
said
have that
that we
big
would
one.
never make it through 4 years
Mhm.
of college.
Yeah.
Oh, throw down the gauntlet.
Yeah,
why don't
really.
ya?
Really.
We'll show you.
People, yeah, really. He said, my dad said, Grandpa Chella,
But
said,
he
I
wants to
give you
get
2
it
years.
again, then he wants to
Oh,
bring it.
gee. Well, how'd you have
Just
any
a little
money?
cake.
Well,
GI Bill.
yeah,
Oh.
I went on the GI Bill. We didn't have much. $160 a month. I had to pay for everything. Books, rent, food, clothing. $160 a month.
Yeah, I got it.
What was
Of
the
course.
You
tuition?
wish it was paid.
Huh?
Right.
No,
Wish it was paid.
everything came out of that.
Oh, what was the tuition back then, Dad?
Well, it wasn't much, but you could buy it for $5. You could go to the grocery store and buy a lot of groceries for $5.
Yeah, I bet you were still counting cents someday.
Oh, we
Thank you.
Well,
we ran out of pennies Sunday.
because
We had
we
nothing.
give her some.
Yeah.
we
We
didn't
gotta
have.
wait a little bit till things
We
settle
had zip.
I had a. My first year, I had my bicycle up there to ride the classes. I had my old bike,
Yes, I did.
I was I had it all fixed up. And well, oh yeah, I wouldn't have said that. I really wouldn't have said that.
It wasn't until I went to work at the broiler after Kathy. Kathy was born in May, and I went to work at the broiler in August. And then when we got it, we had my income plus the tips.
Oh, yeah.
They get,
That probably really helped.
yeah, that was. Then we finally had money.
Yeah.
If we could eat,
Yeah.
we could pay our rent.
Because the broiler was an really upscale place, and so the tips were probably pretty good.
Yes, they were.
Could I have a fork? Could I have my fork?
I will get you one.
Anyway, my first year, I had this flight jacket. This was about 1955. Guess who that is on the back of the bike?
That's you,
That
Bobo.
flight jacket had no lining in it.
Oh my
It was just leather,
Yeah.
and it was cold.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's what I had to wear. That's what I rode all winter long to class. I
Wow.
mean, it was cold.
Yeah.
And-
How long was the ride?
Well, just up on the camp, but long enough, you know.
Yeah.
Well, it took
If it's
15
cold-
minutes.
If it's cold, you know.
The camp
And
was
then-
as big
Looks like I was
then.
having a good time there.
Yeah, and then the following fall, we went down to Penny's. I got a parka. We charged it or something. We paid it off
Yeah.
in installment payments. I don't know, $1 or something a month or whatever. I don't know how we did it. We paid it off, and but anyway, I got this parka, and I thought I was king of the hill. I had a warm coat with a hood on it, and I could ride the. And I never got cold. You know, I mean, I felt like I was really
Yeah, yeah.
in high cotton. You know.
And this kills me because here's Dad, he rides his bike to class in the winter. And when I was in college, we were weenies. We would line up in the lobby of the dorm building that was back in the southwest corner of the complex where I lived. We'd all huddle in that lobby because that's where the bus came. In the winter, for every shift in the morning, for the first 3 or 4 hours, they'd send 3 buses to take all the kids, and to take all the kids down to campus, because we'd all congregate there, taking 3 buses to get all of us down there. The lobby would be full, the line would stretch back towards the cafeteria. Serious, we were weenies, we were big time weenies.
I really think it's amazing. I can't picture it all.
I
What you
can't
must
either.
have-
I can't
yeah.
either. I mean, I would have loved to have seen it. I
Yeah,
mean, I remember from mechanics school,
right.
but I would have loved to have seen this. Of course, we have the home movies. Those are great.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, so at what point did you got that camera? When Kathy was born, or when she was getting close for her birthday? So what was the thought process behind that? I mean, you'd want one for was it like so many things? You know, I've been wanting to get. You know, I wanted to get that camcorder for a long time before I actually got it. Was that the kind of situation? Had you been looking? Did you know someone that had one already, or you just?
Bob Chilla had one for,
I never know.
Grandpa had
I
one.
was paranoid, so I haven't had one so long.
Yeah, we got
Movies
one.
and really liked them.
I know, I'm like freaking.
We didn't know what to get.
I get out the cookbook to read. I mean, Bob broke back the apple.
We thought, this is something that will,
Right.
we'll have this
Excellent.
Oh,
long,
boy.
long time.
Where you are not
You have to go
kidding.
back to the
With the memories. And I think at that time it only cost like $30.
Yeah.
I
Right.
stand there and I look at all
Right.
kinds of apples, and I usually
It was
write down-
understandable. Figured how they,
Yeah.
just a movie camera.
These are really good.
We don't have a freight store, and so it's not
Huh.
much. Lansing went to freight store for a whole rock.
How you
Because
feeling,
that
baby?
vegetable market was big, it was like a warehouse,
Yeah.
and like cement floors and huge bins of
How's Hannah doing?
fresh food, and they make candy there.
She's really doing well.
And you buy your milk, you walk in a cooler room to get it. But they had like a grand piano. It was a player piano, and on weekends they'd have a real guy playing it. So it was really exotic.
Yeah.
It's like a warehouse, but they were grand piano in the middle of it. And
Where's that at?
Lansing
Garage.
And I have not found a
Love
place
that.
to get produce.
Oh,
I was so frustrated by that. And I had a little bitty market in Tampa that was perfect, and I'm like,
Yeah, they were where they had the bananas that were always what,
eh,
10 cents a pound or
yeah,
something like
that's
that.
like 19. I think.
Oh, man.
Whoa.
They were always 25 cents a pound of Horrocks bananas.
Gosh,
Boy,
I haven't seen them for
really
anything less than
good.
50 cents for a long time.
I would just go in there and buy the It was great produce. It was so good.
Hi.
And I asked people in Chile, do you have a vegetable market? They look at me like I'm talking a foreign language.
Extreme close up.
Need a good produce where they just have, you know.
Carrots, broccoli, show us some pictures.
Are we about done eating here now?
Can I do my box now?
Oh, certainly.
Okay. Come over here, please, Dad. Ready? Oh, this is okay. Sorry. Oh, we're gonna.
Right.
Yeah, look at you turned it up like an animal.
Oh, that's it's a beautiful card.
Man, you guys. Wow.
Oh, oh, isn't that beautiful? Oh,
original.
wow. Oh, Nancy, you do so good. You wouldn't have said that wasn't it.
Let me see the top. What's on the top?
Heck, I was spending a lot of evenings upstairs working on that thing.
Oh,
That's really pretty. What's on?
Oh my goodness.
Oh, look at that.
That is.
Oh my, everybody's just cross stitching all over the place. This took some time to do this one.
Yeah.
I am whining. That's how I am whining. I'm bored.
No, it is. It is common to cross stitch. I always used to think that. I don't know why.
Oh, that's beautiful. That is gorgeous. Thank you, and thank you for the beautiful flowers.
So you didn't know Dad was gonna.
No, I did not. I had no idea. It's huge.
That's such a neat idea, that box.
It's a grinder.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's not. It's not a new sewing machine.
Nice, yeah.
I know what you know.
Hey, Carl, I'm
Yeah.
gonna pass this over with one hand to you.
That's very nice.
You don't want ice cream? You are definitely hurting. Oh.
Oh my. That's beautiful.
I can still hold her. You want me to walk her around? Thanks, she go with me.
Here, come back to Mom. Here. Ah, yeah. Oh, I do.
Ooh.
I don't know what he's doing either.
That's a fact. Oh, isn't that nice?
Come on, Mom.
Man, they're animals with that
Let's go
paper.
back there. It's Harbor Freight. It's school.
That's nice.
Yeah, it is.
No, flip it over.
And where's
No,
the?
just invert. Invert. No. There you go. I asked Dad last night, I wanted to give him an anniversary present. And he said nothing. Don't want anything.
Wow, never trust a sailor.
Oh, just what I wanted. A box of dogs.
All right.
Oh, I can eat.
Takes you right back to Pamela Court.
We ate dogs.
Oh,
That's who I am.
oh, come on.
Okay, all right.
What was the name of that dog you wrote?
This is uncalled for.
Shut the camera off. Let's get out of here. We're
Take the magic out of this moment, man.
What is that?
It's a thermostat. That's what it
Yeah,
says right there in the box.
Come on, domestic gas. Thermostat.
I know where to stick that.
Uh-oh.
Oh, what is it?
Right here.
There's lots of things I shouldn't do.
That's the makeup for all the stuff you should never done.
That's all the laughing you had.
Yay, for good diamond anniversary.
Oh.
What's in it?
Let's see. Let's see.
It
Alright,
fits.
zoom up.
Does it fit?
Yeah.
The man.
You are the
You're
man.
the man.
Let's see, Mom. Let's see. Come on, come on.
Oh, beautiful.
He asked me what I wanted for Christmas at Christmas time, and I said, I mentioned this.
And he says, oh no, he says, and so he upgraded my laptop computer. So here.
Just a sentimental.
Man, I mean, that's pretty good, you know, for a project for a guy like that. I mean, you know, you can't plug it in, you can't fix it, you can't make anything with it.
What's part of it?
That is big. Oh, that is big.
Yay for Grandpa!
You can adjust it.
Daddy.
Yeah, wow.
Yay!
Oh my.
Oh, Dad. Yay for Grandpa, Grandpa!
Hey, you get rid of it? Get it on there?
Yes,
Tell me what
I
to
got
do?
it.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I think that this calls for a song.
A song! A song! What shall it be?
You
How about?
Happy
anniversary! Happy anniversary! Happy anniversary! Happy anniversary! Happy, 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 happy anniversary! Happy, 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 happy anniversary! Happy anniversary! Happy anniversary! Happy anniversary! Happy anniversary!
need to do
That was completely unrehearsed.
One more time!